have 1 private cocks left. I ordered more, but it's not here yet, and I'm going to need them. I just realized my jacket's in my car, and my dad has my car. So I've got to find a way to keep warm because it's like 27 out there right now. Good to go now. For the past few days, Lee has been stocking up really bad. I tried to turn her out. I rode her yesterday to see if it would help. Now it's time to check her and see if she's still stocking up. It looks like she is a little bit, but not near as bad as she was. I think that ride really helped. Nothing's hot. Everything feels good. I'm probably gonna ride her again today just to try to let it go down more. The other one's swollen also. You just can't see it from where I'm standing. Queen's hurt. We're gonna have to baby her today and give her some physical therapy and all the things. I swear if they would just stay healthy, that would be great. Although stocking up is like a very common thing for horses that are stalled, and my horses aren't stalled all the time, but they're stalled at night, and with this colder weather that we've been having, they've been having to stay up in their stalls more because I can't take the blankets off to let them out until later. I made myself a big old fat coffee. Ignore my hair. I'm about to make me some quick oats, I think. I made some oatmeal, put some peanut butter in it, and brown sugar. I wanted to do bananas, but we don't have any, and I thought I had some frozen, but I don't. Y'all, I'm having a slow, nice morning. I'm about to read my Bible and do a little bit of journaling. My well, it's not a New Year's resolution, but I just want to read more of the Bible this year. I want to make sure I'm reading it every single day, regardless, and let that just follow me throughout the year, I hope. I usually read it every single day, but there are some days where I'm busy, whatever, but I want to definitely put that first this year. And my journaling is just like writing down verses, writing down things that I got from what I read so I don't forget them, and that's pretty much it. It literally is like half a page a day, honestly. Slow mornings are the best, and you can't convince me otherwise. Alright, y'all. It is currently 29. The high today is only 49, which is pretty dang cold if you ask me. I am from Georgia, so if that tells you anything about my definition of cold. Plan for today is to help my dad until around lunch. That's when it's going to warm up a little bit. And then I want to ride Lee. I maybe want to ride Blaze. And I also need to go get Sweet Feed. So we'll do that today. I have on a lot of layers of clothes. I'm going to stay warm today, y'all. Yesterday, I helped my dad in the morning also. It was a little bit warmer then, though. I don't even think it got into the 20s. I think it was basically like 30-ish. But I got hot. I had on 2 pairs of pants. I had on a sweatshirt, long sleeves. But I don't think today's going to be like that because it's literally 20. Come here. Let me see. Let me see. I just pulled this out of my dog's mouth. Do you feel better now? Do you feel better? Y'all, that is a piece of wood I just pulled out of her mouth. She was acting crazy, and now she's in love with me. Are you all right? Having little Dachshunds like this, we have 5. Having miniature Dachshunds, they get stuff stuck in the top of their mouth all the time. They show us. May had, which she is only like 7 months old, the one I just pulled that out of her mouth. Something stuck in her tooth, in her top of her mouth for the first time yesterday. And my dad said she was panicking so bad. I just saw her and she was panicking. They must have not got everything out. But Cooper was watching the whole thing go down and he just wants attention. She is back in action, y'all. No harm, no foul. She's excited. All right, y'all, it's time to go down to my horse pasture. It's time to give them hay and to make sure their water is good. Every time I go down there when it's this cold, I normally bring a gallon or so of hot water so that I can make the water in their buckets a little bit warmer. Even if it's not frozen, I like to add a little bit just so they'll drink. All right, let's go. Also, my acne right now hates me. I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm not drinking as much water as I normally do because I've been doing a lot more outside work and it's cold, so I'm obviously not as thirsty as I normally am. And I have really been slacking on my water compared to normal. And I just started breaking out in places that like I don't usually break out in. And that is the only element that I've changed. So I'm assuming it's just that, which is crazy. For the water, I just add a little bit to each bucket. Although there is not ice in here, which makes me think it's not as cold as my weather says on my phone. Just kidding, y'all. There's definitely ice in their buckets. And that was perfect timing because my dad just texted me and said that he got to the house. So I'm also going to go to the house. What my dad does, I could not tell you. He's a farmer. He has row crops. He does a lot of things, but right now he is working on a house, like building a house basically. It's a house for my brother. He used to do construction a long time ago, but that's not what he does. I ate lunch at the house we were working at, and now I'm heading home. The plan as of right now is to do Queen, ride Blaze, then go to the feed store, then ride Lee later. I just got lunch. I am the errand girl apparently. Y'all, these headband things are really nice because you don't have to worry about getting your like clean hair dirty or greasy or flat how they make them do. But this is the problem. Sticks straight up in the air when it starts to come up. I just got home. Time to change into some jeans. It is 46 right now. Much warmer than it was, but still not 100%. I think it's just gonna be decent riding weather though. The wind is blowing a little bit, but nothing to be concerned about. I think I'm gonna keep everything I have on now, except I'm gonna change into blue jeans instead of having on 2 pairs of pants. Now that I have on my jeans, it's time to go. Wintertime is such a hard time because I can't really let out the horses until it gets warm enough for them to be outside. But then with them being cooped up all day, they're ready to kill somebody when you get on them. Every single one of my horses got rode yesterday. I rode 3 of them, and then my dad rode Blaze while I rode Honey. I know y'all probably saw her limp, and y'all can see her now limping. It is that front left leg that she's limping on. And what I've been doing pretty much every single day is taking her, making her walk for probably 15-20 minutes, although this is basically all we do. And it's just physical therapy pretty much for her leg. I want pressure going on that leg because if I let her out in the pasture with the other horses, I'm scared she's gonna get bullied too bad by the other horses because they do not care if a horse is sick, a horse is injured, whatever. Another reason I'm not letting her out is because I did let her out with only 2 other horses. And when I did, I was noticing that she was like learning how to function with only 3 legs. And although that might be okay, I feel like it is not good for her because she needs to keep moving that leg and not favoring it so hard or it'll never get better, because this is a muscle issue. And with a muscle issue, we're just gonna have to keep working it, keep stretching that muscle, keep actually getting it going. And whenever she gets tired, that's whenever we start running and jogging and walking on 3 legs. And that's a no-go. But what I'm trying to do now, I did it yesterday and I'm trying to do it today as well. I got her out about this time of day when it was warming up, when the sun was coming out, let her eat, graze while I had her on the lead, and then probably walking around for like 20-30 minutes. Then it comes about 3 p.m. or so, and I'll come back and we'll go on another walk. I let her out in the round pen yesterday and it seemed to be really helpful, but she just needs to really stretch out that leg, but not so much where she feels miserable and tired. The muscles are getting worked. It's really good for her. Tomorrow is Saturday, and it will actually be a week since her injury has happened. And honestly, she is doing a lot better. To begin with, she didn't want to put like any weight on it, but it's not swollen, and it's also not hot. So I can tell that a bone, nothing is broken. Nothing is infected, and there's really not that much on the outside as a wound that you can see. So I think the problem is the muscle. I'm gonna give y'all an up close and personal view on the leg. So if you don't like things like that, skip ahead like maybe 30 or 45 seconds. It's gonna be fine to look at after I clean it. So here is the cut. As you can see, it's mainly old Neosporin, is that yellow, and it's bleeding because she just moved a good bit. I'm gonna try my best though to get y'all up close and personal while I do clean this, because y'all might be interested in what I'm doing. First off, I have a warm paper towel or warm water on a paper towel, and I'm just going to kind of wipe away any of the junk that's on it. You're doing so good, Queen. She does have a little bit of spot like right there and right there, but that is just like where she got hurt. It barely scraped away any of her fur. And I take some hydrogen peroxide, and I know you're not supposed to do this once it gets to a certain point, but we are not to that point yet. If I try to squirt it directly on there, it doesn't work as good as if I would just put it in here. So what I'm doing right now is just putting it on the cut, trying to get it all fresh and clean. You're doing so good, sweet girl. Now I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. I'm gonna go walk her around a little bit more and let her graze a little bit of this grass around the barn. Just while that hydrogen peroxide and everything dries off. There's a good patch of grass over here. I was putting wound clay on it, if you know what that is. It's like that thing you can get at Tractor Supply. I'm not sure the brand that makes it, but it's about 20 bucks. It's kind of expensive. It was just making more of a mess than it was helping. So I just went ahead and stopped that. Now I'm just using Neosporin only. She is eating this up right here. I hate for her to be in her stall because she doesn't get grass, so nothing's obviously buffering the acid in her stomach, which is a problem. And also, she gets extremely worked up by herself. That's why it looks like she's been sweating, because she was sweating yesterday really bad. I'm gonna brush her out today and make her look pretty though. And another thing is, the sun is a miracle worker. It can heal so many things, and she probably needs just some sun on her back. It's time to put a little bit of Neosporin on this wound. I know y'all can't see this, but it is draining a little bit, but I honestly think the draining is very good. I know it doesn't feel good, I'm sorry. Bad enough for a curve home. Yeah. Come on, sweet girl. This is Blaze. While I'm riding her though, since it's already warmed up a little bit and it's 120, I'm going to let out these girls. Oh, hey. Blaze, one of those horses that loves the camera. Just got H-Bun's blanket off too. Now the girlies are leaving. There's only 3 gonna be gone because Queen's gotta stay up. And I'm sure y'all can hear her now. She's upset. I'm not sure what my idea is going to be with Blaze today. Originally, I was like, why don't we just trail ride only? But I could take her to the arena because my grandma just plowed the arena and it is very nice. let's just go where we feel like it. As long as she behaves today, I think a nice trail ride might be good for her. We're gonna see how this goes, and if Miss Priss behaves, she's only gonna have to be doing a little bit of walking. Good girl. Good job, sweet girl. She seems to be doing really good so far, jumping and looking obviously, but she's only really jumped one time and it was about a bird. Just got done trail riding her. We did it for about 30 minutes. Honestly, she did very good. She was spooky about a lot of things, but one thing I'm trying to do better about this year in particular is not being like intimidated by them. And I think I did very good with her. Honestly, I'm not intimidated by any horse except Blaze one time pitched a royal fit about something a while ago and it kind of scarred me mentally, but I feel like I'm finally getting past that and I can like do whatever, make her do what I want to do. And we had a really good trail ride. I'm also trying to like get her away from the arena more because this week has been a very fun week for her. She went to her first jackpot on Monday and she exhibitioned once and did very good. So we're not really so concerned about the barrels right now because she did great this week so far. During our ride, we actually jumped some deer, so that could not have been more interesting. We like went into one pasture with woods, jumped the deer in those woods, then we went into another pasture with woods, and the deer ran from that pasture to the other pasture, and then we jumped them again. And she was obviously looking a little bit spooky and stuff, but never did anything. She was being really good. She's back out in the pasture with the other horses. I gave her a treat and everything. I'm now gonna take Queen to the round pen and let her act a fool in there instead of in her stall. With her separated from the horses, she literally worked herself up really badly. And it was just, we were just on a ride for 30 minutes, so the horses cannot be out for more than 40 probably. I know that they will bully her if she goes out into the pasture, and that will not be good for her. Now I'm gonna take a quick run to the feed store and then to Tractor Supply to get a few things. No, I couldn't do my horse girl errands without getting a Starbucks. This is a grande ice brown sugar oat milk espresso, chicken espresso I think, but no cinnamon powder. That coffee is a little bit bitter for my taste. I should have added some shots or some splashes or whatever of caramel syrup. The only reason I came to Tractor Supply is to get Honey's feed. Well, Tractor Supply owes me because they made me pay tax, and it's the 5th. It's January 5th. They have no grace period, I guess, for your tax exemption. But I'm already here. I live probably 15-20 minutes away, so it's worth it to drive all the way home then all the way back. So I just did it. I am completely loaded up, y'all. Got Lee saddled up. Sorry I didn't get that on video. I was talking to a friend. I'm gonna ride her at the arena. I'm just walking her over there right now. We did a little bit of jogging, but as you can see, them ears are forwards and she's looking at everything. So I'm really wanting her attention, asking for it. Honestly, it's way colder now than it was when I was riding Blaze. I bet you it's dropped 2 or 3 degrees, and I'm just hoping it doesn't drop anymore. I worked her on barrels, and I probably should have got it on video, but the wind is raging too much. I think my tripod would fall. Not to be dramatic or anything, but I almost just died because a squirrel jumped out. Lee started running, almost lost the split rein because I was playing on my phone. That was 100% my fault. And yeah, I got her to stop and I made her walk right by where she decided to spook, and it was fine, but here's your sign that your horses are never really truly grown and you always need to stay awake and stay alert on them. We're walking back to the house though, and when I get there, I'm gonna put her out in the pasture with the other horses just for a little bit because I need to scoop their stalls and move all that feed and pelletized bedding and everything down to the barn. I actually think I'm just gonna leave homegirl tied to the trailer while I go scoop their stalls. All right, let's get this done. Actually, since I've put Queen in there, she's calmed down a good bit. She's doing really good about her walking on that leg. Got everything loaded up in my golf cart. My dad actually helped me haul all my stuff down here and put it in their stalls, so that was super nice. There's pelletized bedding in their stalls, and I went ahead and fixed their feed. I do need to give hay, put on blankets, and do water. I've got the Queen. Everyone's up besides Honey, who's checking out Queen. I'm filling up the water buckets now. Well, it's been a crazy day. It's already 5:30. The sun is setting, but it just feels like it should be 10:30. I'm so tired. My hair's crazy. It's a good representation of how I feel. All the girls are up for the night.